Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports, live from the Connection Esports Arena. My name is Shirley. You can call me Shane. I'm joined here with Madav. How are we doing tonight? We got some Valorant.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Valorant. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I think that SNHU Blue is as well. As we get ready to go into our game tonight, let's take a look at our map overview. What maps we'll be playing tonight, starting off with Lotus.
Ooh.
And this is a pick from Champlain, our opponents for the night. A little update on the scores here, our season standings. Blue right now 3-1, pretty good record.
Pretty good.
Champlain 0-4, so they definitely have a lot to prove going into this match here, and they're really looking to hit up into SNHU Blue here. Blue just looking to try and maintain onto this nice win ratio they got right now. Lotus is a map that we've seen SNHU Blue do pretty well on in the past once they actually start to get the ball rolling on it.
Yeah, it was definitely, and also with Lotus, there's also Haven as well, another three-site map. Definitely, I want to say SNHU is pretty good on. And again, Ascent is one of their most stronger maps. So if it comes all the way there, then I think SNHU will do pretty good this match.
It's really interesting that Ascent is one of SNHU Blue's stronger maps in this season because it was a map that they struggled with so much last year, almost the last year entirety, and a little bit last semester. They had some tough times with it, but definitely has been a big turning point for them. So if we do get to that decider, that could potentially be a big deal for SNHU Blue to finally be able to stick out the landing there. Haven, also another map that we have just seen a ton recently. These 3-point maps have been super popular.
Most definitely. I mean, I feel like Lotus, again, it's still fairly new. There's not a lot of picks, but Haven, it's just a classic. It's an original. Some people don't like it, but I personally like it because, you know, it's not a huge map, but I say it's a pretty good size for the three site.
It's definitely interesting to see these 3-point maps really pop up and be really popular because they just offer that extra level of versatility that not a lot of other maps have. They're generally bigger, and they do have that third point, which just gives you one more option to really go for if you're on attacking side. Main's defending side has to kind of split themselves a little bit thinner, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You play both sides no matter what, so definitely a big interesting thing there. And especially when you look at a lot of these 2-point maps, one of the sites is usually very much skewed as you're going to be going to that site every single round, and the other side is maybe for some fringe tactics, trying to catch them by surprise. So definitely not too surprising to see really that sort of starting to move gradually over towards the really versatile 3-point maps where a lot of different strategies and different compositions can really shine.
Yeah, I feel like on Lotus, I feel like a lot of agents can be used on Lotus because Lotus is, I want to say, it's not like too big, but depending on which site you go, they obviously have open areas, and some characters can really go off on that. Like on Mound or A Mound, for example, like that's just a very open spot with a hill there. Like that's like one of the most open things.
Absolutely. It is a really open map with a lot of sight lines. Let's go ahead and hop into game as we get ready to start off the night. And again, this is going to be interesting because as Lotus gets put into the map pool, we've been getting used to our new map pool a little bit for this season, for the past few weeks, but really the loss of, I believe Breeze is no longer in the map pool, so Lotus kind of being in there definitely gives you, it kind of satisfies that itch for those long-range gunfights. But it definitely has a lot of space, especially on the sites, on sites A and B, I believe, where they're really tightly packed into these close quarters, and it can be really a big scramble. It's actually B and C, the two sites that are really packed inside.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, with I believe with B, you have that. Is that the rotating door on B to A, I believe?
There's a rotating door on B and A.
Oh.
Yeah, the rotating door, there is a door from that connects B to A as well. There's a lot of doors on this map, a lot of hidden walls that make things a little bit interesting and kind of enable some interesting gunfights.
Yeah, last time I played this, I played Valorant yesterday for the first time in like 5 months. I got this map and I was very confused. So casting and playing are like two different things because when I started playing it, I was lost. I was on the other side and I didn't know what I was doing.
It's almost like a left brain, right brain kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Versus just trying to be analytical versus actually being in there. It is a very kind of twisty and turny map here. And while we get the benefit of seeing the full information, seeing exactly how everyone is playing, the players don't. And there's a lot of tricky little angles and a lot of little tricks that you can do on this map that can make things just that much harder to really get a full grasp on what the other team is going for here. We're starting with a pause right off the bat, but there's probably just a little bit of a tech issue that needs to get sorted here. Hopefully not a start of a trend.
Yeah, no. One thing I wanted to say about all the tricky spots you can have is, speaking of like Killjoy, both teams have Killjoy here, and Killjoy, I want to argue that Killjoy or Cypher can be one of the most trickiest sentinels, I want to say. The place of where they can put their trips, their swarm grenades, like Killjoy swarm grenades, you can literally hide them inside walls, inside tiny cracks, and they're almost like impossible to see or hear. And I think she's really good on this map if we're going for that.
The swarm grenades are really versatile too. You can use them as a very aggressive Molotov, or you can use them to try and hold down areas where you think they're going to be trying to push through. Definitely a lot of versatility in the kit, especially with things like that alarm bot and like the turret, and just being able to put those in a lot of different places. We're seeing currently the Killjoy is holed up on A, and this is really an interesting place to have the Killjoy at. You really get to lock off a lot of this big open site and kind of funnel the other team towards the more tightly packed B and C.
Right. I feel like, again, with BNC, we do see that raise come out again. And with that raise, obviously the paint shells, the boom bots. Actually, I believe the boom bot's been nerfed. Is that right? From 10 seconds to
I think it did, yeah. So definitely an interesting shakeup there.
But even so, I still feel like raise is a really good agent if you want to get those really tight corners in.
Yeah, and we see that a lot on C site there, where it's pretty much just a spiral staircase, and that is the entire site.
Yeah.
A boombot can really clear out that entire place there, so definitely not surprised to see Raze here. And the maps where Raze can really shine are usually pretty popular maps. Looking at things like Bind, looking at things like Split. Those are maps where Raze can really shine, and it's because they have these sort of very long corridors where she's really able to carry those out and able to force a lot of engagement. But we're actually going to, for real this time, get started as that tech pause gets called off and we get ready to get into the swing of things here. Got a lot of people stacking up towards B site here, right up against this gate, really looking to contest Champlain as soon as they come out of spawn.
I mean, with those classics, the right clicks are going to be really close, so I don't blame them for kind of stacking this area here.
Haunt coming out from C-Dubs, going in deep, trying to find some information back there, does get destroyed, but SNHU are playing so far forward, it's really just the Killjoy, and Agron is going to find first contacts. OG's going to be able to take him. PG finds two. Hilton cleans up a third before getting traded out. C-Dubs going to find a fourth, and it's just one player left. It's just Sebi trying to push forward here. Does have the spike, but not a lot of firepower to work with. Just a classic. Gonna send the flashbang right on out, but Peachy, surprisingly not dead after eating that full flash, finds his third kill of the round. Champlain not finding too much success in that push. SNHU really, really aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before about the pistols, I mean, pistols are always going to be close. Of course, the Ghost adds a little bit more of a distance here, but it's not too much to where it can be used long range. But yeah, Peachy didn't get killed there. Unfortunately, the Sky Flash, again, did get nerfed. I mean, it was definitely a well-needed nerf. It was a long time ago, obviously, but, those pop flashes aren't going to work as well there. So Peachy took advantage of that and is already getting 3 kills with the Bulldog.
Yeah, the Bulldog starting off here is a pretty big deal to work with. SNHU having that gun advantage is already nice, but just getting an eco rifle on round 1 makes things even easier for you. You just have to try and stay alive here. It's going to be pretty bad to go into the hands of Champlain. They start to push in. That Hawk comes out, is going to flash Peachy. Hilton trying to hold down the other side. Spike getting planted, but does get interrupted. Hilton shoots the Viper's Bite in. Champlain completely forced to back out of B site. Now looking to start to pivot towards C. They start to break in here. Ty is forced back. He does find a kill with a swarm grenade. OG going down, runs into Z-Luck, will get taken out, but Hilton finds the trade. It's a 3 versus 4 in favor of SNHU, but Champlain have somewhat control of the site. They're stuck almost in lower here and starting to move in. Hilton's going to find a 1 kill there on Sebi, and C-Dubs takes up the final one as Bank goes down. SNHU find their second round one. They were favored to win because of that gun advantage, but Champlain will finally get a chance to hit back as they buy up some rifles.
Yeah, now with these rifles here, they're going to be in a little bit of a more strong position. Of course, it doesn't look like everybody will have heavy shield, unfortunately, but they will still be able to kind of match up with SNHU's gun, maybe definitely a little bit more, because right now they're only running 3 Spectres at the moment, and with a couple guns that are a little bit better, they definitely should have the advantage here. But definitely the Killjoy on C as well, we could see the power of the Storm Grenades, what they can do, the turrets, the alarm bot, just her kit in general is just fantastic.
Agron's starting to run in, does get flashed by that, but the paint shells are completely forcing Champlain to disengage, and they're stuck in spawn once again. A lot of utility coming out from SNHU to kind of just smother them here into their spawn. Not a lot of room for them to actually take going out, just have to wait this through, and this is just going to burn time off the clock. Champlain, they start to feel things out over towards A side here. Agron very forward. Are they going to expect someone to be this close? He is going to peek out. He's going to find one. OG will find C-Dubs, though. They're 1 for 1 4 versus 4, and they're going to trade once again. SNHU only 2. Still alive. Just 1 now is Ty. Last member standing, a 1 versus 4 is Champlain Flood on the A site.
And definitely not impossible here. He does have a Spectre, and, you know, again, A, kind of being a little bit more open is going to be a little bit tough to really get these kills. However, he will see a close contact very soon. Unfortunately, switching the gun and picking up a Vandal there is going to get him caught in that reload startup area there, and that's going to go to the first round. The first round going to Champlain.
Yeah, good on Champlain for not letting SNHU get away with that bonus round there. They've been playing really aggressive and really confident in the last 2 rounds. Champlain finally got their guns up and said, hey, we're not going to let you continue to just walk over us like this. We're just going to wait out your utility, and you're going to be playing really forward. We know it, and we're just going to try and surround you and choke you out. And that's exactly what happened. Champlain stabilizing things a little bit here. SNHU still struggling a little bit to get their economy in sorts. 4 of them have rifles, but still definitely a little bit of a recession going on the defender side.
Agron gonna get really, really aggressive here and start to get some sheriffs, or sorry, Hilton's gonna start to just poke him out a little bit, scare him off, and try to get Champlain back here. I mean, he only has a sheriff, so I feel like Hilton's gonna be a little bit more aggressive this round, as the rest of his team has Vandals, and he's the only one with a pistol.
They did spot Spike there. That's an important thing. They know that it's over on A side. SNHU can try and play a little bit more forward, try and force them back into their spawn. We'll see Champlain start to pivot over towards B side now as they begin to make their way down middle. Spike actually pivoting over towards Hill. Peachy making contact at B side though and being forced back by those paint shells. A lot of damage he's taken there, but still alive, is able to get back as Champlain start to make their way over towards C, it looks like.
Yeah, pushing over to C here. Ty's going to be the only one on site as 4 of them is there. But Ty's got to retreat. We see that swarm grenade come out again. Is going to get a kill. Hilton on the flank as well as C-Dubs. And they're going to get 3 of Champlain's team just like that.
Champlain now, they just need to try and get the spike down, but Ty finds a nice double kill, making it 3 for this round. A flawless for SNHU. They are really, really, just greatly executed round. They did a great job at really poking and prodding at Champlain's offense and finding exactly kind of when they were giving up ground and just immediately taking it. SNHU very, very quick on the pickup there.
Yeah, Ty definitely with the hold from Seed gonna be really good. Again, just Killjoy's kit in general, I just really love it a lot. But the flank was definitely one of the biggest things because they caught Champlain off guard. I mean, Champlain, I don't think they were expecting that, and they don't have any agents to really watch flank either. So yeah. I mean, they do have the Killjoy, but it's sometimes hard to use Killjoy because once you're out of range, the turrets or alarm bots won't work.
And Seaside is just so congested. I mean, these swarm bots have found 2 kills in the 4 rounds that we've played so far. So it's just really, really a death trap if you try and push into that Killjoy nest there. I think that's a great pivot, moving that nest from A site to C site there, really, since Champlain are kind of focusing around that area, really favoring it. Peachy's so close to making contact with OG here. We'll see him and start to back up here. Going to try and put dark cover up, just try and delay them for as long as he can. C-Dubs playing very, very forward here in tree.
Yeah, C-Dubs is kind of just waiting for them to really start to open this door there. There is that little tree that you could hide behind, that little cubby area. Definitely a good spot if you want to play a little bit sneaky here. But Champlain right now kind of just tapping through, playing default, you know, making SNHU waste their, not waste, but use their utility so they have a little bit of a stronger point. And even that Viper roll across C, it looks like even with that put down, they may not hit that very soon here. OG gonna get a very nice pick.
C-Dubs peeking out, will be able to find one, but gets traded out by OG. It's a 2 versus 4 now as SNHU scramble to get over towards A site. Looks like Peachy will be able to claim the high ground, but a good dark cover from Champlain is going to force Sebi to push over here. Will be able to take Peachy, has 5 health left, winning that trade by a hair. It's all down to Ty, a 1 versus 4. We've seen him in this situation before, and Champlain are able to get the upper hand on him there, but we'll see. Ty starts to get flanked. The timing is just so unfortunate. Ashton's going to be able to take him out there. We are now 3-2. Champlain continuing to climb their way back up to trying to even this out.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ty, he was holding that angle for such a long time. As soon as he turns, it's always when you turn around, they start to come out. Unfortunately, the timing was just not there. But economy-wise here, SNHU gonna be in a pretty good spot. Champlain as well. The only difference here is really gonna be the shields. And right now, I feel like they've just kind of been stacking the same amount. You know, 2 on C or sometimes 3 on C. Really depends. But we always see the flank always come from A. We never see it from any other side when it comes for SNHU.
The big thing to consider about economy as well is we're starting to see some ultimates come online. We're seeing the showstopper from Champlain and the Viper's Pit from them as well. A Nightfall from SNHU could really try and shut down a push from Champlain here as we got double utility making their way into B site here. Peachy forced to fall back. Nightfall comes out, but caught in the recovery animation. Z-Luck is going to be able to pick up that kill. Bank getting the spike planted now as Zeluk being pushed around in the Viper's pit. This is going to be a very scary push, but a lockdown from SNHU. Ty putting that down could potentially force Champlain out of this Viper's pit. Hilton moving forward here is going to run into Zeluk, but caught in a full run. Doesn't have a lot of health left to work with. And Zeluk will get detained, but he found his kill. He's relatively safe. Peachy will be able to put him down, though. Ty trying to defuse, pushing into sight with Agron here. A lot of them caught in the back. Blast Pack doing some residual damage. As the timer ticks down, Ty finds one, but gets traded out. Sebi and Bank are going to clean the rest of it up, and Champlain find their third round, bringing things 3-3. We are all tied up.
Like you mentioned before with those Killjoy Swarm Grenades, you can use them on the bomb as pretty aggressive. She didn't even put them at first and just run away with them. She threw them and was able to detonate them really fast, and that really stalled the bomb for SNHU there. And also, it's kind of hard to really get the defuse on that when there's two angles you have to watch.
Yeah.
And when they both peek at the same time, it's basically game over. You can't really do that. Unless you have an insane flick on both of them, it's going to be pretty hard to do that. But right now, SNHU going to be left with the pistols at the moment. So they're going to be a little bit handicapped here. They do have an Omen ultimate as well as a Showstopper and the Viper's Pit, but it doesn't look like it can be really used on a pistol around here.
A lot of presence from Champlain here over by Mound as they start to push up towards C. Hilton taking a little bit of chip damage from that peak, but he's able to back up. Going to drop the Viper's Pit. OG might find an opportunity to run on in here. He does have a Showstopper if he wants to try and blind fire it in here, but there is a lot of cover in here. He will pull it out. Peachy able to find one. Agron taking him down as well. Zeluk will be able to trade out Peachy, but Hilton coming in to take down Sebi. Only before he gets taken out, though. It's a 3 versus 2 as Champlain start to back up. They still hold on to the spike, and Ashton going to take down C-Dubs. Even up the numbers advantage here, just Agron and Ty, and Agron doesn't have a ton of health to work with here. Ashton really playing around this box.
Oh, is going to be able to get that kill, though. Just a couple pistol shots. Agron, however, going to be left on low HP, and Zeluk is going to have the health advantage here. However, it's going to slow walk through that bomb. Maybe not going to be too expected for them here, and right now, he's just going to start pushing up near Agron. I mean, he knows he has the health advantage, and he knows he's going to be able to, in a good spot here. Contact coming soon, and Zeluk just going to walk right into Agron and get that kill.
Third kill of the round, too, and he just continued to kind of push up through mid, and I don't think Agron quite expected that there, looking over towards Mound. SNHU are going to find themselves now on the losing side, 3-4, but not far behind, and definitely not too late. We are just at the start of this game, a little bit over the first half of the first half. And SNHU are still going to be able to buy up their full guns. They've got Omen Ultimate up, but not a lot other than that. That's a very different story than Champlain, who have got 3 ultimates up, and pretty impactful ones at that.
Yeah, I mean, the Seekers can definitely pick out where the defenders are going to be, not to mention the Killjoy ultimate as well. Really just going to be able to take out everybody from that from a specific area wherever they put it. But it looks like Champlain right now kind of really just playing for picks, or maybe playing default again. We do see their Viper all the way in the back here, just looking for SNHU to push up. So maybe they're trying to play time here, get it really low and push a site really strong, because they're not really doing too much here. They're just taking their time and just cruising around.
Yeah, Champlain definitely adapting to play very slow and very defensive, knowing that SNHU have been playing historically very fast in these last few rounds, and that's what's definitely been giving Champlain the upper hand here. Peachy's going to make contact with Zeluk here over in B, but Peachy peeking out, caught with the utility. Zeluk going to get taken down. Peachy sprays for that dark cover. OG finds a double kill, though. Agron fires back with 1, taking down Bank, but it's a 3 versus 3. Agron starts to make his way in, trading shots with each other. Takes a ton of damage off of that trade. OG just going to get skimmed by those paint shells.
Yeah, those wall bangs coming out front, especially with the Vandal too. Yeah. Even if it's a headshot or a body shot, it's still going to do a decent amount there. And unfortunately, Agron got the best of that. But Champlain right now really looking to go towards C. I think they might have called it, of where the defenders could be, and looks like they are going to get bombed now. However, OG is going to get taken out by Peachy there. Tried to stay on the lurk and just did not work out. But SNHU will start to rotate over towards C, where they have to play retake.
Hilton trying to clear this out. Will be able to take down Sebi as he tries to push through the Viper's Bite. It's now a 3 versus 1. Peachy teleporting into the site from the other end, but Agron is going to take down Ashton before he has the chance to finish the cast, and Peachy will get this defuse. We are neck and neck, going back and forth. Now 4-4 as SNHU tie things back up here. They are going to give the ult point over to Agron, get him one step closer to that showstopper.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow round there coming out from Champlain. They really took their time with that, and it almost really worked out. I mean, I believe OG getting the double kill on A there really really just gave them the full site, but they really tricked SNHU as well by just rotating over and going to C. One thing I think that they should have done better is maybe not be as aggressive when they have sight there. I think when you have two players, you should probably be a little bit back and wait for them to walk into the angle. But in that scenario, he had to watch two angles there, and he knew where they are, so he took the chance and did not work out too well. But they are tied up right now, so it's not a bad plan.
Champlain gonna get smoked out over here by Mound. Hawk trying to push through. Some paint shells are gonna tag Ty, and he's now caught in a little bit of a tricky situation. Has to try and run across and will get tagged again. Hilton and Peachy trying to cover for him here as they take these alternate angles, but Bank is starting to push Hilton back into C-side here. As Champlain get control of Mound, just trying to smoke off Ty, keep him occupied as they make their way through this door one by one. As they start to make their way over towards B-side, just trying to secure the area right now. C-Dub's going to get caught out by Bank right there with the Stinger. That's a big upgrade for him as he finds himself a new gun. Lockdown comes out from Champlain, trying to force them off C-side here, and they definitely have to get far off site. There's not a lot of room unless they want to stand up there on that perch, but that is so exposed. There's going to be essentially a free site for Champlain here. Not a lot that SNHU can do to really hold their ground there. Champlain are going to get the spike down as SNHU try and recover some ground right here. Hilton's going to make contact in mid. But Peachy trying to get around the side. Z-Luck will be able to take down Hilton, but Agron trades it out, and that's really important. Turned it from a 3 versus 5 to a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, looking really to retake here. Champlain just going to hold their ground, but Ty going to come forward, get a kill with that, and the showstopper as well. OG, however, going to get 2, and Ty is going to be left on 24 HP in a dream, and unfortunately gets taken out by Ashton there.
Just too much chip damage from all of those encounters. Could not stay alive against Ashton, who had, just full health sitting all the way back on that mount. It's a very vulnerable spot to plant the spike right there, but once you get it down, it's just open from so many angles. It definitely reminds me a lot, kind of looking at like A site on Dust 2, that just balcony that's completely exposed and you really can't diffuse it without exposing yourself to a lot of varieties of angles.
Most definitely. Lotus is one of those maps where there, again, like you said, a lot of angles. From B site to A and B site to C, there's literally 2 entry points. So it's 3 if you really count spawn. So there's definitely a lot of places to really look there.
Champlain playing slow once again. I really like this default from them here, and I think it does a great job at countering a lot of what SNHU are doing. SNHU, especially on their eco round here, looking to play very aggressive, and OG will find Peachy. C-Dubs trades it out, but not before Ben can trade it right back. Now a 4 versus 3. Champlain haven't even left their spawn yet, and they found 2.
Yeah, again, Champlain playing this default, like you mentioned before, it really works out for them, especially since SNHU is on eco round right now. They're automatically just going to get a little bit aggressive. We see it on Haven every single time. Whenever they're on an eco, they just like to run it down C-long. So there's definitely a round that they like to get over with, but they also, it seems like they want to get a couple picks as well and just kind of ruin their economy a little bit. However, Ty right now is going to get rushed very soon here.
Paint shells going in from Agron, and Z-Luck pushes on through. We'll be able to take down SNHU's raise, but Ty tries to trade it back, does succeed, but now he is pinned down in cover back here. He has no room to escape, and they can really just pin down this angle. None of them are looking right now, though. Ashton trying to hold this corner, but dark cover coming up from Champlain gives Ty a chance to actually get out of that corner.
Yeah, Hilton and Ty right now kind of stuck in this angle. They can't really rotate too far from it. We do see the Killjoy ultimate come out here, and Sky, or Champlain Sky, is going to be in that little corner there, going to give them a little bit of advantage, but they will start to push this very quick here. Hilton will get one. They will not be able to break it there and will get detained, but their Sky, Sebi, going to be in this area and is going to be holding the bomb.
It's such a high-risk play. Hilton now has to worry about this smoke as the flash flies through. Sebi just trying to spray through it onto the spike. He didn't get it halfway, though. The flash going through. Sebi right up against the spike, and Hilton won't get the chance to defuse as Sebi is able to clinch out that round. Now 6-4 for Champlain. He won't survive, but they still get the points.
Definitely a great usage of blinds there. Sky being able to have both blinds back there was able to take Hilton off a bomb. Once you're blinded, you don't really know if the enemy is going to push out or not. So he used his blinds very effectively there. Got to take Hilton off the bomb. He shot a couple times, and he was just able to successfully really stall it, which I think was pretty good.
Unfortunately for Champlain, though, their economy is starting to fall through a little bit here. We're seeing 2 Guardians, maybe an Eco Rifle. They're still trying to figure out how to allocate their funds exactly, but not quite enough to go around for all of them here. SNHU not quite having that problem right now, so they're definitely going to be a little bit of an advantage here. C-Dub spraying through the smoke to be able to take down Sebi, but OG trades it right on back. Now 4 versus 4 as Champlain make their way over towards A site with the spike as they go through that revolving door. And they go through main, but they've got to deal with a lot of swarm grenades right in front of here.
Yeah, swarm grenade's gonna come out here, gonna do a ton of damage onto OG. Left with a very low HP. Will get a headshot on Ty there, left on 5 HP. Agron will get that kill on them. And just what a shot coming out for him entering out onto A site there.
They still got to worry about that Viper's Pit from Champlain, though. They don't have the spike down yet, though, and that could potentially be a big factor. Ashton just inches behind Peachy right now. Doesn't quite know yet, and he's about to walk out on him. He does turn in time, but Ashton's still able to find that kill. Now a 2 versus 3 SNHU. Once again on this numbers disadvantage on the retake, but Champlain are only just now getting this spike planted. Getting this timer ticking, Agron, and takes some fire from the turret. Ashton knows he's right behind, just trying to force him to spend some of his ammo. As the double peek comes out, Agron going to be able to pick him off along with Hilton as they push their way forward. Starting to make their way downstairs as they make their presence on the site main known. Paint shell's coming through. Agron's able to pick up that kill. It's his 3rd one of this round. Just 1 left to go. Spank hidden back here in the tree. Agron peeking through. Spank's going to be able to win that gunfight. It's now just a matter of stalling for as long as possible, and a great paranoia from Bank is going to allow him to clutch out this round. Now 7-4, still in favor of Champlain as they continue to establish this lead.
Yeah, Banka using that blind to his advantage there. Really good blind as well. I mean, he blinded right on top of them where they were defusing and was able to get that kill. One thing I also want to mention as well is that Ashton, I feel like they've just been lurking a lot whenever they get the chance to. Those flanks from Ashton has been really impactful onto their rounds, and I feel like those flanks are what really wins those rounds because not only do they have numbers down, they just have less people just in general.
Seeing now Champlain looking to, I mean, just looks like their default right now. SNHU getting this Killjoy set up on C site, though, really don't want to let Champlain try and go back to their favorite site so easily. Nightfall coming out here on A side is going to tag too, but they're already on their way out, starting to make their way over towards mid, where a gunfight's starting to break out in this connector. Zeluk's going to take down Hilton, but Tide trades it right back. 4 versus 4 now. Peachy going to run into OG here. Will be able to take him down, but takes a little bit of damage in the process. SNHU getting this numbers advantage. Champlain Spike still in their spawn.
Yeah, it looks like they're not really trying to push a specific site too fast here. Ty is going to get a couple of these wall bangs out as well, but he is going to take some damage at the same time here. A lot of smokes being covered out. Swarm grenades are being thrown. Ability is being used. And Ty, it looks like they actually just might be rotating to another site there. A little tricky play, and Peachy will get that first contact.
Yeah, he's going to get information there, calms that out immediately, and you see Blue starting to collapse in here as the stranglehold begins. They're making their way around the entirety of Champlain. Agron's going to find one, takes down Ashton. Sebi and bang, 3 kills. Peachy, last man standing. It's a 1 versus 1, Omen versus Omen. Peachy does have the health advantage, but Champlain are still holding on to this spike. They're going to go all the way over to C and start to get this planted. Peachy, the moment the spike goes down, he's going to know exactly where it is and start to make his way over. Bank does not have a lot of health or utility. Peachy, pretty much the same exact story with him.
And Peachy will get a smoke here really soon, but it looks like they're going to be making contact very, very quick here. Crosser a little bit too high, just wasn't sure where he was going to be. And Bank going to be able to close out that round. I believe that is the last round there. And 8-4, that is definitely not a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, Champlain have to feel comfortable right now going into this second half right here. Still, SNHU will have the chance to flip the playbook a little bit, get to see a little bit of their attacking side here on Lotus. This definitely, I mean, this is a map they've played a lot in the last few weeks, so definitely a lot of experience here, especially on offense. Definitely gives them a chance to really start to shake things up against Champlain, who really adapted to SNHU's defensive strategy really quite quickly.
Yeah, it looks like this time, however, Champlain's Killjoy is going to be looking at the same, almost a pretty similar setup actually as Ty used to do, but they will have 3 defenders. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 defenders on A there as 1 on B. So pretty similar matchups here, and I don't think there's going to be a really big difference. We do see that wall coming out from Hilton as well. Onto A side, it's a pretty good wall, and SNHU also just, again, playing really slow here, kind of doing the same thing that Champlain was doing.
really just starting to make their way up towards C side here. And we're seeing this exact same killjoy nest set up over on C side. SNHU are going to run into this real soon, but a good dink there onto the Z-Lug. Agron going to take a pretty big chunk off of his head. It's going to be a lot of HP down. Does have Sky on his team, so could be able to heal that up, but they are a world away over on A side. SNHU are going to start to pivot after they tag that damage bank. Calling out, someone's over here on these doors. Paranoia going through. He will take a bit of damage as he peeks around that corner to send it, but immediately getting healed right back up by this Sky. Very valuable resource to have, especially on these early rounds where you're not going to have armor.
Most definitely, but SNHU right now looks like they're going to start to execute out, push out through this smoke, and all Ben can really do is try to get that kill, and as they start to run out, they will take 2 of Champlain's team.
Ty in a bad spot right now. These paint shells are going to be able to take him down. OG picking up that kill. It's a 3 versus 3 now. C-Dub's getting the spike planted, and the timer is ticking down for Champlain as they start to make their way over towards C-side here. Bastion's going to run into Peachy real soon. He's holding very far back. They're just trying to get this outside angle right here, but he's got to worry about behind him. There's not anyone actually there, but just the threat is enough to kind of leash him back. C-Dub's going to be able to find one, taking down Z-Luck. Ashton trading that one right back. Peachy starting to make his way in along with Agron. Agron wins that gunfight against Ashton. It's a 2 versus 1 right now. Ooh. Agron caught in the reload. OG be able to pick up that kill. A 1 versus 1 now. Just Peachy. He's not going to take any damage from these paint shells. Timer ticking down even more. OG is so low. This classic, just one right click is going to put him down no matter where he's aiming. He's going to be able to win out this round. The pistol round going to SNHU, going to give them a little bit of advantage right here and just barely not getting taken out by that spike explosion. I guess he'll hold on to his classic for a little bit longer.
Oh, I think he actually picked up a ghost there, actually. But regardless, it doesn't really matter because it looks like SNHU is going to be buying up here. They are going to have this classic Spectre Bulldog buy, and we do see a Vandal come out from Hilton here. Definitely a very, very strong gun for this round, but if they happen to win this round, they actually won't be in a very bad spot for their bonus because these are relatively strong guns. I mean, they're stronger than Spectres, so they could pretty much match up with Champlain's buy for the next round.
Yeah, really forcing up here is them cashing in or hoping to cash in on them going pretty perfect in this round. If a lot of them stay alive, they're going to have a very strong bonus round. And Champlain, we'll see them right on the other side of this door, right behind SNHU. Be very scary if they decide to pop it, but starting to make their way in now. Prowler goes through, doesn't spot Ashton, but the turret will make first contact. Agron going to be able to just spray down Ashton as SNHU flood onto the site. Champlain nowhere nearby, but OG tries to peek his way through. Agron finds a double kill there, taking on OG and Z-Luck with the paint shells. So 5 versus 2 now, and I'd say SNHU's bets on going perfect this round seem to be going pretty well.
I mean, yeah, as soon as Champlain started to push that up, they played up and down there, and they were just able to get these really quick picks. But again, there's Sebi here getting really close, and C-Dub's aiming a little bit too high, almost 2 players on top, if that were even a thing. But Bank will get 1 on Ty here, so Ty's economy is going to be a little bit broken here. But most of SNHU right now is going to be in a very, very comfortable spot. We do see again those Vandals and Bulldogs. I mean, those can easily match up with the Phantoms and Vandals, and not to mention this is a pretty far map, so that burst you're gonna see from the Bulldog is gonna do. I want to say it's gonna be pretty impactful for getting these kills.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong buy coming out from SNHU. They only lost 1 gun last round, and they're able to get their way back up to 4 rifles and a Spectre. I'd say it's a pretty good spot to be in your bonus round in Champlain. They'll only have a slight advantage going forward here as SNHU kick off their 3rd round of this half. If they're able to take this, that is going to be pretty irreversible damage to Champlain's economy. They're going to be in a weird spot for the rest of this game. They're really going to need a big play to stabilize here. Ty is going to be right next to OG. He knows he is right in that corner and peeking forward here. Ty manages to get away without taking any damage, but he is locked in, and the paint shells force him to peek out. It's a just massacre as Champlain find 3. They find 4. Ashton spraying down C-Dubs. They'll lose 2 in the process, but it's all down to Hilton, a 1 versus 3. And these rifles that SNHU were really betting on here didn't do a whole lot for them as Champlain just using great utility there to force SNHU into a very unfavorable position. Hilton taking Ashton's head off. Only 21 health left, though.
All Hilton can do right now is really just try to get bombed down. With 21 HP and 2 players that have pretty much full HP, it's gonna be really hard to win this round here. All he can really do is just try to play time, maybe do a little bit of fake rotation there, or just isolate the 1v1s. Because if he can hit his shots and isolate these 1v1s, that's gonna be really, really good for him. But it looks like they're just gonna be traveling together in a way that they're gonna be able to pick each other off. However, he could get timinged here again. Is gonna get bombed down and just try to get to a safe spot.
He is just walking away from them. He barely gets into the smoke, but there's just a little bit peeking out through that crack, and Bank is going to be able to finish up that kill. Champlain are not letting SNHU get away with this greedy bonus round. They are going to take their turn now. SNHU might be in a little bit of a rough spot with their economy, but they actually didn't spend that much money last round, so they're going to be A-okay, at least for this round, but they do need to make some actual value back on their buys here.
Yeah, but they did get 3 kills on Champlain, so 3 of Champlain's players are actually, or I'm sorry, it looks like 2 or possibly all, if they happen to get Bulldogs or Vandals that they're able to buy for their teammates. But economy-wise, I want to say they're pretty much similar here. I mean, those kills means that you lose that gun and you have to buy that gun again. I mean, 3,000 creds is a lot of credits there. So definitely going to be in a little bit of sticky situation where Bank will get a glimpse of Agron flying over here.
Agron taking a very forward angle, but these double Viper walls coming up are just cutting up this entire sight line into little manageable chunks here for Champlain. Paranoia going to go out. Will be able to blind Agron, but a dark cover is also going to be able to set this up here. Ty starting to push over towards B side here as SNHU look for a little bit more of a variety in their push. They will be able to take down that turret, and OG starts to push up a little bit, but very scary spot to be in right now. SNHU haven't fully committed to anything yet, but it's looking like Hilton making his way over towards B side. Could potentially be looking to try and reinforce a push over here. SNHU still stuck in A main.
Yeah, definitely, again, playing default, kind of like what Champlain did. Really taking their time, just using their utility as much as they can. We've already seen a lot of sky blinds go out as well. So knowing that they don't have a lot of blinds there, it could be a pretty nice push. However, Bank is going to hear this door come out right now and could be very beneficial very soon.
Well, the showstopper does go out, but it doesn't find a kill. 3 kills for Champlain as they spray through SNHU as they make their way in. Peachy now in a very precarious position right here. He might just walk right in front of this player hidden behind the box. Hilton will be able to take down Zeluk. Hilton takes down OG as well, and he will end up securing that angle for Peachy, but now has to make his way onto site. Only 10 seconds left as he rushes in with this classic, trying to get some damage in. He will be able to find one, but he just needs to find one left. He doesn't have enough time to plant the spike, and he won't have enough time to catch up to Ashton as he makes his way out. Champlain are going to run the clock down. SNHU just a little bit too slow on the take.
A weird play I haven't seen, damaging them with the classic and then switching out with the Vandal. I don't know if that was purposeful or not, or if he thought they were close, but either way, it just worked out. And that 4-piece is going to put him right underneath the top spot of that leaderboard. Going to be really great for him, not to mention that he also has his Viper's Pit now, and the Fade Ultimate as well. But Champlain also have two, I want to say one counter to that. The Omen counter can be pretty good, but it's either, I feel like most Omen Ultimates now is just to really get information. You don't really teleport most of the time.
Yeah, SNHU, this Viper's Pit could potentially really do a lot for them here on this eco round. They won't have the firepower here, but if they're able to control the sight lines just right, they won't need it. SNHU, still a very familiar play here as they start to make their way up towards A side here. Tether not going to hit OG, neither will the Pain Shells. He starts to back up. He's going to look over towards Ty. We'll be to take him down. Hilton going to fire straight back. The Viper's Pit going down to reinforce this B site plant. Going to go and get this down here. The timer ticking for Champlain as they have to get in here quick. Peachy holding so forward with the Sheriff. This is exactly the way they need to be playing right now. Sebi going in. Will lose the dog there. As SNHU, they're just down here in this pit, but they're completely obscured. Champlain are going to have to face peek this. C-Dubs takes down Bank as he tries to push in. Ashen also looking to make their way in. The Nightfall coming through from SNHU just to deafen and disorient them even more to get some general idea of their location. Agron making his way into the pit will be able to stay alive as Z-Luck on his tail gets dispatched by Peachy. SNHU, what a clean round.
Yeah, that Viper's Pit really did wonders for them. I mean, they covered most of the site, and the sight lines there, you can't really even hop into them. I mean, from the top of B, you can't really jump down because you'll die either way from making noise. And Hilton playing that off pretty well, using the snake bites to his advantage there. there is just gonna give them the round for that. But now that they're really only 3 rounds away from being tied up here, their economy is gonna be really great for these next 2 at least, because Champlain just going for a light buy, just gonna have enough for next, and SNHU is gonna be good for the next 2. So they're gonna be pretty favored for these next couple of rounds.
A lot of utility from Champlain there to try and push SNHU back from A side. Definitely catching on to their common strategy here, but as soon as SNHU see that resistance, they're going to immediately pivot over towards C side, knowing that the Killjoy hasn't fully set up here. Agron moving in, trying to get up towards high ground, but Z-Luck is still on the point. We'll be able to find a kill onto Peachy there, now falling back into SNHU's spawn. They have the spike on the point. They just need to be able to get this down and start to burn the timer for Champlain here, but C-Dubs has to worry about Z-Luck, who managed to sneak past. Now peeking forward here, we'll be able to take him down. It's a big pick to take down the roamer there, and the Haunt to come through. We'll be able to clear out the rest of Mound. Ashton trying to get set up over here, along with Champlain's Rays. We're looking to try and find an angle, but SNHU, they are entrenched right now. Sebi pops this door. He could find an angle, but Ashton peeks out, finds Ty. Hilton trading back, finds OG. Sebi down. Ashton finds a second kill there. C-Dubs now sending that Prowler in. He tries to back up, but he's paranoid. Nearsighted. Agron going to be able to pick up that kill. The teleport comes out right behind C-Dubs. Took him a second to pick that one up, but he will be able to finish him off. His 3rd kill that round. SNHU looking strong in this half so far as they find a 2nd round in a row. Very big lead kind of building up in this half, but they still need to build up to the effort that Champlain made in the first half.
Yeah, even though they won this round here, Champlain was able to get 3 of SNHU's team members. Though it didn't hit their economy too much, it's still 3 kills that could have been I want to say that could have been avoided, but you know, things happen. 2 rounds of difference here. Champlain gonna really need this round, otherwise their economy not gonna really do too well here. And SNHU looks like they have the bomb in spawn. They're going to be playing pretty slow from the looks of it anyways, and Champlain is really going to be stacking A here for what it looks like. Looks like they just don't really want them to hit the site that they've kind of been lurking at a couple times here.
We haven't seen SNHU play this default too much in this half, and I really like the change of pace here, really just trying to poke around and figure out exactly what Champlain are doing, what kind of counter strategies they're trying to pull. Ashton going to take a pretty significant amount of damage there, but so will Agron as they trade back and forth. Agron over here taking fire from A side. A couple players getting pretty unhealthy right now, but SNHU find a little bit less resistance on A side. They're going to start to make their way over as they back out from C. I'm not quite confident they can really take that. Now looking to pop this door, start to make their way into A main here. It's going to be very loud. Everyone's going to know they're coming this way. The Hawk goes through to try and blind them, but with that dark cover, they're not really going to be able to follow up here. Prowler goes through, trying to just find anything. Does get shot out. The Haunt also goes through, looking to find something, but immediately destroyed by Bank. They try and hold back here. Paint Shells forcing them even further back. 30 seconds left. SNHU need to start to pick up the pace and actually break into the site. Peachy going in, is able to find one. Z-Dubs finding Bank. Agron finding Sebi. Just 2 players left from Champlain. Neither of them are on the point. Hilton going to take down Ashton. It's just OG down in this back corner, and Agron's going to be able to take him out. A very great round from SNHU. 4 still alive. They're going to get the spike down for some extra cash. Looking really good for them.
I think playing default there was definitely the right thing to do. Only issue is that when you're playing default like that and you're peeking out slowly, you want to get some chip damage, you also have a high chance of getting that same chip damage. Near the end, we saw 3 players have red health bars there, and that's just not the greatest position you want to be in, because in the case that Champlain does clutch up, if you're stuck on low HP, I mean, you only need 1 bullet for them to really take you out here. But like I mentioned before, Champlain's economy right now not going to be the best here. The only thing I had to assume is they're going to really play close, but that Viper's Pit is going to come out here as a, to hold down sight, and Ty will start off this round by getting 2 early picks.
That is a great opening play there from SNHU, and they're immediately going to try and convert that into a B take right now. They're not even going to bother with this Viper's Pit. If you're the Viper that committed the ult here, you got to feel a little bit bad about your team. Just boop, -2 players over on a next night right now. Yeah, I just put this down. I've been working up to this for a while, but SNHU starting to bring the spike on over to B site after they clear it out, making their way in, getting this turret down. Champlain are pretty scattered right now, but they've got 2 players back in SNHU spawn. Agron in an interesting spot right now. Z-Luck popped out of the smoke, and Hagrid's going to be able to finish him off there. The pit going down, C-site secured, and SNHU, they're immediately going to pivot on over. They don't want to take the risk of planting on B. They're going to start to make their way over towards C. Bank, the sole survivor on Champlain, doesn't have a lot to work with here in this 1 versus 4 situation. He might try and just send it, try and do his best here. Peachy missed a few shots, and Bank with one good tap. It's going to take him down. That's 1 kill, but he doesn't have a lot of health for the remaining 3.
Yeah, unfortunately for Peachy there, was whiffed on that one, but still did a lot of damage. Left on 10 HP, Bank can't really do too much unless he really wants to save his gun, and that TP is just going to be recognized from Agron there, and a headshot will come out. Now they are tied up here. SNHU looking in a pretty good spot, and I mean, again, economy-wise, it's really well. We do see a timeout come out from Champlain here. I believe they've only won 2 games since the switch, so this is definitely a well-needed timeout.
It's been a hard half for them so far, and I think SNHU are really taking advantage of the fact that on the offensive side, they can really control the tempo of the game outright. We saw SNHU on defense, they tried to play super aggressive, they tried to play confident, they tried to play cocky, they tried to play straight up into Champlain's spawn.
Right.
But as defense, you can only do so much to control the tempo of the game, right? It's going to be Champlain to decide, hey, are we actually going to push out a spawn, or are we just going to wait for them to push up to us and be super out of position and not really have any cover? So SNHU, now that they're really able to control the pace of the game, excellently played right now. They're doing a great job at just controlling every single engagement and really just striking it exactly when the iron's hot, which for a lot of the time is they make these huge openings for themselves. They capitalize on immediately.
Right. I mean, every time, and not every time, but most of the time when they push out, they're able to at least get, like we saw Ty, I believe Ty was getting 2 picks, or Agron, I forget who, but they got 2 picks right off the bat from there, and that's already a player advantage. So, I mean, they've been able to play these rounds pretty well here. Looks like we will get a close-up of a Killjoy, but now that timeout's out, I'm really excited to see what differences can really be made here. We do see a lot of defenders going towards A, but I feel like they've had that for a long time, and Killjoy's still going to be stuck on C. That little entry that you go through, that alarm bot and swarm grenade area is just really overpowered. I mean, there's no real reason to really leave that spot.
SNHU just holding back, not taking things quick at all, but we're seeing Champlain just explode out of A site here. Definitely looking to change things up a little bit after that timeout, but SNHU nowhere to be found as they start to push out. Champlain here, if they recognize that SNHU aren't here, then they just got a ton of space to take for free, and SNHU are kind of locked into this side of the map. But we'll see if they actually want to push out here. The moment the Detain comes out onto C site here, Ashton's going to have to fall back. Champlain, their A site vanguards start to break up a little bit. SNHU push forward to take the site. Z-Luck going to be able to take down Hilton as he escapes from the radius there. SNHU now it's going to get the spike down here on C site, getting it down in this default spot. Timer ticking for Champlain here as they have to organize themselves quickly. Seekers will come out, and another Detain comes through. Showstopper as well, just barely going to catch the lip on top. He couldn't see it because he was nearsighted, and he blew himself up with the paint shells. Ashen and OG going to find 2 kills. It's just C-Dubs left, and he's going to get traded out by Sebi. Detain not going to find anything as Champlain defuse this spike, reclaiming their lead 11-10. We'll see how long they can hold on to it. As SNHU try to take this next round. That was a little bit of a rough retake there on SNHU and trying to hold up against that. A lot of utility came through from Champlain, and all of it hit exactly where it needed to.
Yeah, unfortunately for Agron there, those paint shells were going to kill him off, and that Showstopper was going to do pretty well. I mean, 2 of Champlain's team was literally just inches away from that Showstopper, but unfortunately the Seekers caught up to him pretty fast, and he was just not able to get those kills. But also want to mention that Champlain also went pretty aggressive through that A side. We saw Hilton's wall, and they were just playing right next to it. If the SNHU were to push that, Champlain would have gotten a lot of value from that as well, and it looks like they may be doing the same strategy here again, with mostly having a big aggression towards A and just having them pivot towards a B or C.
Yeah, SNHU once again playing back here, but we're going to see a little bit of a split as they make their way up towards B, trying to secure this space right here. Is a little bit of a difficult spot for them last round, as Champlain saw that space that was left open in mid and immediately made it theirs. We'll see SNHU start to creep on forward here, and they're going to run into Z-Luck. Hilton finding that opening pick. They're going to have to deal with Bank in just a second. They do make contact with him. Ty getting his shoulder completely shot up. SNHU taking control of B site here, but they don't have the spike over there. Still outside of C site, but Champlain are doing a little bit of relocating as Ashton thinks it might be a better idea to start to head over towards B and guard that.
Yeah, it looks like Champlain's Raise right now is going to take that turret out there. Going to get some information that someone could be on the flank here. And SNHU is going to start to rotate onto C-side here. As they start to take this, the Fade Ultimate is going to come out as well. And no hits from that either. It looks like it covered most of it, but their Killjoy was able to get out of that pretty fast there, and they're going to take control of this top part of C-side.
This is an interesting hold from SNHU if they decide to stay up here. It looks like they are going to go back to something a little bit more traditional as they split back towards the site, but they've got a pretty decent split party up here, but the entirety of the team on the site just got taken out right now, and SNHU are going to have to rely on a lot of utility to actually pressure them down inside. Ty in a very aggressive spot is going to get taken out as soon as that dark cover falls. Hilton goes down as well. Agron trying to pressure, will be able to find one, finds two. Has another paint shell ready, gets one fired right back at him, just barely living through it, won't be able to survive the follow-up explosions. And Champlain are going to be able to get this defuse here, bringing things 12-10. That's match point for them right now. Back against the wall for SNHU.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed coming out from Champlain there is that they've been more grouped up. SNHU hasn't really been able to isolate 1v1s too often here, and they've just kind of been grouping up together, you know. They've been able just, I want to say, travel in pairs, or travel in a certain amount to where if someone gets killed, they can trade them out pretty easily there, and it looks like it's really benefiting them. It's working well for them for this match point here. And economy gonna be pretty similar here. I mean, it's really just a matter of skill and aim now because they're pretty even out. The only difference is in ultimates. SNHU does have an Omen and Viper ultimate, and Agron, again, getting very aggressive here, and it looks like Champlain's not going to get that aggressive because Agron getting an early pick on Bank here, really going to set the tone for this round.
That could potentially open things up quite a bit. SNHU still do have that Viper's Pit if they really wanted to strike back hard in this round, not leave any room for doubt as to whether or not Champlain will be able to clinch this game out. SNHU still have yet to commit to an actual strategy yet, though. They're mostly just trying to cover some space, try and find some picks. They were able to find one, but they're only just not going to pick up the spikes. C-Dub's going to take down OG before getting traded out, but Agron finds Sebi. It's now 4 versus 2. The SNHU is winning the numbers game right now, but Hilton runs forward into Ashton. Now a 3 versus 2. The SNHU start to get this spike planted down. Champlain starting to make their way back into a good position in terms of the numbers game here, but they're still going to have to push back onto this site. As SNHU get entrenched, this could be very difficult, especially since SNHU still have that Killjoy, potentially in a position to set down a pretty nasty defensive nest here. Zelux starting to make his way forward. Gonna run into Agron real soon. The moment he turns this corner, he's gonna have to take this gunfight, and if he's not ready for it, which he's not, Agron's gonna find his 3rd kill. But now, Ashton putting this turn down, made his presence known, paint shells going out, forces him back, burning so much time. Agron peeks again, finds his 4th kill. 11-12, SNHU are not letting Champlain get away with this.
Yeah, last round here, SNHU really needs to clutch this one out. Looks like everybody will be able to buy Vandals here. Ultimate's gonna be in favor of SNHU. If Sebi is able to get a kill, the Seekers can go out and can really help see where SNHU can really be. But the Showstopper and Viper's Pit are one of the best post-plant ultimates you could really use. The Showstopper, I feel like just that voice line in general just gets them off a bomb no matter what. And the Viper's Pit, I mean, it's the Viper's Pit. You're going to be taking down damage every second you're in there. So pretty good, and I think SNHU could be able to win this round.
We'll see Ashton holding close with the Judge. Could potentially just rob a ton of pressure here. He finds one, but runs straight out into the rest. SNHU are down 2, but they managed to strike back against Champlain, taking 1. A slight disadvantage for them here, but SNHU still in control of the spike, still trying to make their way. OG finds a double kill as he sprays through the smoke right at that corner, getting a collateral. It's all down to Peachy now, and he's stuck in spawn. He's got to get control of the spike back against Champlain. They've got 4 right now. They don't know that I don't think they know that spike actually dropped. I think there was a smoke in the way, but we'll see. As Peachy pushes forward, he is able to pick it up. He's got to make his way to a site now. He's got 45 seconds. Not a lot of time left when you're just one man, and he will get spotted out. OG finds his 3rd kill of the round after an insane play. Essentially wins the game for his team. OG really just hitting a home run there at the end of that match.
Yeah, G kind of just spraying through that smoke and able to pick up those 2 kills there. I mean, that was definitely something else. And Peachy, unfortunately, when he tried to get the bomb there, picked up another gun, so the sound drop queued, and they just knew it was there. But even with 45 seconds left, it's gonna be really hard to retake some of that.
Really, really tough match there. Close fought overall. SNHU had such a great attacking half, but Champlain just got such a big running start on their offense that SNHU just had a really tough time actually making up the difference there. But still a really close match, all things considered. I'm super excited to see as we go into map 2. Haven